heart of American history lies a haunting question. What happened to the lost colony of Roanoke? It's not just a mystery. It's a story of hope, struggle, and the unknown. A colony that vanished without a trace, leaving behind one cryptic word, Croatoan. For over 400 years, historians, archaeologists, and dreamers have searched for answers, but none have found a conclusion. This isn't just about missing settlers. It's about families who risked everything for a new life and were swallowed by time. Their disappearance speaks to our deepest fears and our endless curiosity. As long as questions remain, the legend of Roanoke will continue to echo across America's coastlines and into the hearts of those who dare to wonder. The tale begins in 1585, during a fierce race among European empires to claim the New World. Spain held the south, France eyed the north, and England, ambitious and eager, sought its own foothold. Queen Elizabeth I granted a charter to Sir Walter Raleigh to establish a colony across the Atlantic. The chosen site, Roanoke Island, off present-day North Carolina. But the first attempt failed. Starvation, conflict with native tribes, and harsh conditions forced the settlers to abandon their post. Still, England's dream didn't die. Raleigh launched a second expedition in 1587, this time with families, not soldiers. They came not just to survive, but to build. What followed was one of history's most chilling and emotional vanishing acts. Led by Governor John White, the new settlers included carpenters, farmers, women, and children, ordinary people with extraordinary courage. Among them was White's pregnant daughter, Eleanor Dare. Soon after landing, she gave birth to Virginia Dare, the first English child born in the Americas. Her birth sparked hope, a symbol that England's dream could take root in the New World. Yet beneath the surface, tension simmered. Supplies dwindled. Support was needed. Governor White made a gut-wrenching decision. Return to England for help, leaving behind his daughter, granddaughter, and the fragile community. He promised to return quickly. But fate intervened, turning that promise into a heartbreak that would echo through history. Back in England, chaos had erupted. The Spanish Armada threatened war. All ships were seized for defense. Governor White, desperate to return, was helpless. Weeks became months, months became years. When he finally made it back to Roanoke in 1590, 3 long years had passed. What he found shattered him. The colony was gone. No signs of struggle, no bloodshed, no graves. Just empty land and the word Croatoan carved into wood. That one word, strange, unexplained, has become the center of an enduring mystery. White had told the settlers to carve a name if they moved, and add a cross if under duress. There was no cross, no sign of distress, just silence, and a single word. Croatoan referred to a nearby island, now Hatteras, home to the friendly Croatan tribe. Was it a message? Had the colonists relocated there for safety? White believed so, and begged to investigate, but a violent storm forced his ship to abandon the coast. He never returned. He never saw his family again. The emotional weight of this moment, of a father unable to find his daughter or granddaughter, continues to move generations. For all our advancements, the truth remains out of reach. The idea that over 100 men, women, and children vanished without a trace is both terrifying and tragic. It leaves us questioning not only history, but humanity's enduring fight for survival. Many believe the settlers merged with native tribes to survive. It's a theory supported by clues, English tools found in native villages, oral histories mentioning white ancestors, and even tribes with blue-eyed or fair-skinned members. If true, it shows resilience, the choice to adapt rather than perish. But it also raises painful questions. Why didn't they leave a clearer trail? Did fear of being found or harmed keep them hidden? Some suggest they split into groups, journeying inland and losing touch. Others think they tried to send messages that never reached England. The mystery is not just historical. It's emotional. It's about lost voices that still long to be heard. Another chilling theory is that the settlers were massacred, either by hostile tribes or European enemies like the Spanish. At the time, England and Spain were at war, and spies were not uncommon. But there's no evidence of violence at Roanoke. No bones, no ruins, no sign of fire or blood. Instead, the colony was carefully dismantled, as if its people had left willingly. That's what makes the mystery so gripping. It wasn't chaos. It was calm, a disappearance planned or accepted. That eerie silence speaks louder than screams ever could. It makes us wonder if the greatest dangers the colonists faced weren't swords or storms, but the slow, quiet surrender of hope. Nature, too, may have played a deadly role. Roanoke sat on the Outer Banks, an area known for hurricanes, rising tides, and violent storms. A drought during that period may have pushed the settlers towards starvation. Disease, isolation, and harsh winters could have driven them to seek help inland. In their desperation, they might have splintered off, dying alone in the wilderness. The problem is, nothing remains, no bones, no diaries, no relics that tell their story completely. It's as if time erased them. The silence of Roanoke isn't empty. It's filled with questions. And the more we ask, the deeper the mystery grows, like fog rising from the shore. Some whispers from history suggest the settlers didn't vanish, they started over. In early Jamestown, colonists reported hearing about white people living deep in the forests. Some claim to see European-style houses or clothing in distant villages. Could they have rebuilt in secret, hidden from threats in the world? If so, what happened next? Did they die out quietly or blend so completely that no trace remains? The idea is both heartbreaking and hopeful. Maybe they lived, even thrived, for a while, but without records or graves they remain ghosts. Not in the supernatural sense, but in the way that forgotten people haunt the pages of history. No great mystery is without its strange theories. Over time, Roanoke has attracted everything from alien abduction to time travel. While these ideas make for good fiction, they only add to the fog. Still, the mystery has embedded itself into American pop culture. The word Croatoan has appeared in Stephen King novels, TV shows like Supernatural, and even American Horror Story. It has become more than a clue. It's a symbol, a word that chills the spine, because it represents what we fear most: the unknown. We may never learn the fate of the settlers, but their story endures because it captures the tension between hope and helplessness. Modern science has helped lift some of the fog. In 2012, researchers found something hidden beneath a patch on an old John White map, an ink symbol of a possible fort inland. Archaeologists began digging in Site X and uncovered English artifacts, pottery, tools, and weapon fragments. While not proof, they strongly suggest the settlers moved and lived further west. At the same time, discoveries on Hatteras Island, like a 16th century signet ring and slate writing tablets, hint at English presence there too. Each find adds a thread to the mystery, but none tie it all together. The puzzle remains just out of reach, no matter how close we get. And yet the emotional pull of Roanoke is not just in the mystery, it's in the humanity. These weren't nameless faces. They were parents holding newborns, craftsmen building homes, children laughing in a strange new world. They were dreamers who risked everything for the promise of tomorrow. When they disappeared, it wasn't just a colony lost, it was a future erased. Every artifact we find is a whisper. Every theory we build is a hope that we can honor them, even in absence. Roanoke forces us to remember that history isn't made by kings and battles alone. Sometimes, it's shaped by the silence left behind. Virginia Dare, born into the hope of a nation, has become a symbol of both promise and loss. Her name lives on, in schools, parks, and legends. Some stories say her ghost still wanders the forests, seeking her lost home. Others believe she became part of native tribes, her bloodline continuing in unseen ways. Whether myth or truth, Virginia reminds us of the emotional weight of Roanoke. She is the child of two worlds, one that sent her and one that received her. Her legacy is a bridge across centuries, connecting what we know with what we may never understand. She is the beating heart of Roanoke's mystery. Roanoke is not just a place. It's a question that refuses to be answered, a scar in time that reminds us how fragile our plans can be. Despite all our technology, all our digging, we still don't know what happened. And maybe that's the point. Some stories aren't meant to be solved. They're meant to remind us of courage, sacrifice, and the cost of ambition. Croatoan isn't just a word. It's a symbol of everything we've lost and everything we're still searching for. The wind still whispers across Roanoke Island, carrying with it the voices of the past. And if you listen closely, you just might hear them.